Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman. We have no one with us tonight. Derek is unfortunately out and couldn't make it, but I got you guys covered. We're going to talk a little WWE Royal Rumble 2023. We are going to have a full show review for you guys. We're going to go over all the matches and have a discussion about the main event, the ending to this show. Shocking, but if you know wrestling, you know wrestling. You saw this coming, but it has finally happened. We are on the road to WrestleMania. Let's get it.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
Welcome everyone into Everything Pro Wrestling. Greatly appreciate everybody who is in here. Man, lots to talk about, lots to go over here with the 2023 Royal Rumble that's out here happening in the streets. Lots happened within this match, man. A lot. Or the Rumble matches itself. We had a lot going on here with the overall show. Just something different. And I saw a lot of different things that when it came to this Rumble, a lot of different opinions, and I'm kind of interested to hear what you guys have. So do me a favor. If you guys have opinions on these matches, please bring them to the forefront. Bring them up. We want to hear about them. Let us know what you guys got, and then we will discuss all of this. So make sure you hit the video, hit the like button on the video, comment down below if you're watching this after the fact, and please make sure you share this video with another wrestling fan trying to grow Everything Pro Wrestling and get us to a big number coming up soon here. If you guys are in the chat, love to talk about it. Thank you guys so much. Hub, if you want a link, bro, I'll send it to you and we can pop in on here and talk about it a little bit now. Say the word, bro, and I'll bring you in. Just let me know in the live chat here. Let's get into who has left some comments here. Terrell said, just in case I'm not in here later when the stream starts, my top 3 favorites to win are Karrion Kross, Cody, or Sammy. For the women's, Asuka or Lacey Evans. All right. Terrell was close on one, and the other one, I think he might have nailed it. B-Boy Skyline said no one wanted Nia Jax to come back. We will talk about her. That was one of the surprises. And he is singing Cody Rhodes' theme. BJ also left us a comment. He said, I'm probably going to miss the show tonight, but I'll comment on it after. But my God, what a show. Hope everyone is well. What is going on, BJ? Appreciate you. Hub says, words cannot express how I feel right now. Okay. Interesting. Jocelyn on the Twitch side of things. Don't forget to show us some love on Twitch as well. She says, good morning. I'll just say, meh. I hear you. Matt Lopez in the house. He says, good evening, Conrad. What is going on, Matt? Appreciate you, fam. And he is, what do we got here? He said, oh, that was a wild ending. Yeah, the overall pay-per-view and how it finished, definitely something different tonight, man. Was not expecting everything to go down the way it did for some of the matches, right? So interesting to say the least. We're going to go over all that. Nelson in the house as well. What's good, Nelson? He said Royal Rumble sucked. Only thing I liked was the men's Rumble. Okay. I've heard some conflicting opinions about this. He also gave it the thumbs down. Sick with it was good. Sick. He said this was probably the best pay-per-view WWE has put on in years. Too bad Vince is back. Makes the show just a 6 for that alone. I see he's got the player haters ball up. Only thing mad was the whatever that Wyatt debacle was. Rob, what's good, bro? What's good? Appreciate you too, fam. Let's talk about it. We can get into the men's Rumble match right here, right now. I tried to take notes on this. Rumble matches are, if you ever do this and you want to do review shows, the men's Royal Rumble match is one of the hardest matches to take notes for. Lots of bullshiggity comes up in all of this, so be prepared. Men's Rumble. So first off, before the Rumble even started, Pat McAfee was announced and he was back on the announce team. Hooray, he's back. I wonder if that, honestly, the move to really make, and I'm going to say this now, Monday Night Raw needs a new announce team. Put Wade Barrett over there and just make that a 3-man commentary booth, because at this point, bro, if you like Kevin Patrick that much, cool. But if not, bro, put Wade Barrett over there with Corey Graves. I know it's 2 heel announcers, whatever you're doing, but I think Wade Barrett did a really good job, and the Raw announcing is just bad. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the announce team for what they're doing, man. The commentary is bad. Matt Lopez agrees here. Just Ace has joined us. He said the men and women's Rumbles matches were fantastic. Welcome. And Nelson said, I never liked Corey Graves. I don't know. I don't know what they need to do to make that show better, but we need new announcers for that. Men's Rumble. Here we go. Number 1 was Gunther. They had Gunther come out, and he was the number 1 entrant, the former Walter. I still miss the Walter name more, but I've kind of grown into this. I'm accepting it. He came out rocking the Intercontinental Championship. He did right by the title tonight. Let's continue to do right by the title. We haven't seen it booked on pay-per-view in quite some time, so can we do something about that, E? Like, can we make sure that happens eventually? Just saying. And number 2 happens to be Sheamus, his big rival from this year. I would love to see these two lock it up at WrestleMania 2 if they get the chance for the Intercontinental title, but who knows in this Royal Rumble, right? So these guys are starting off early, and if they're in the ring, it's going to be a lot of people catching a lot of beatings, and that's what this was. Followed up, The Miz comes out at number 3. Okay. And in my Royal Rumble pool, I had the number 4, and I was lucky to have Kofi Kingston as my pick. And then they followed up with Johnny Gargano and Xavier Woods after that. Kofi Kingston is close to elimination. His partner pulled out a chair. I believe Kofi was supposed to land on the chair. Bro, for the last couple years, we've been trying to do a spot with Kofi Kingston. They haven't been working. Stop doing this. Stop. It's over. Like, Kofi did it enough times to where it was amazing. We don't have to do any more Kofi Kingston moments to where he needs to do all these. Just me. In this match, though, Kofi, I think they just said he was eliminated. I think the chair had flipped over and they were like, yeah, no, this isn't working. After that, at number 12, Brock Lesnar joins the mix, and he clears out a bunch of people from the ring. That's what Brock Lesnar does in these matches, and he didn't get out a lot of people, but he got out a few, and everybody knows they're chanting for Brock. Next out comes Bobby Lashley, the man who Brock Lesnar has been beefing with. We get a face-off in the ring, though, while Lashley's coming out between Lesnar and Gunther. I don't know, but a lot of people seem to be hyped for that. We didn't get too much interaction, just a little bit of a face-off. And shout out to McKinney in the chat. He said, yo, let's talk the Rumble I've been drinking. This is the review for you then, my brother. This is the review for you. Coming in here, we had these guys getting ready to beef. And I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes, trying to remember all this crap that happened in this. Lashley came in. Lashley dominantly throws out Brock Lesnar. So some of these matches, they're telling a story. So it looks like Lesnar and Lashley is going to be one of the Mania matches. How do we get there? I don't know, but it looks like they're going to tell a story throughout. I just wonder if they're going to be able to hold this off as long as they want to, but this looks to be the direction they're going. So Lashley throws out Brock. Brock starts throwing crap in the ring from the announcers' tables, whatever. So after that happens in the ring, we now have Gunther, Lashley, Johnny Gargano, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre came out. So they're in there. The formerly known Bang Bros, wink and a nod. They're out there doing their thing. Seth Rollins, in another pool I had Seth Rollins. He is number 15. He comes out. And Baron Corbin, who came out right before him, he got wrecked by Brock Lesnar. Rollins comes out and then picks him up, throws him in the ring, and immediately eliminates him. They did Baron Corbin filthy in this one, but he got paid, and the moment he got eliminated, the return of bum-ass Corbin came back. That's what they did, I guess. Sheamus and Drew both hit finishers on Elias, who came out and then dumped him out of the ring. That was the wave. At number 20, we get Finn Balor. Balor comes out and eliminates Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano was in there for quite some time. I was watching with Rob, and Rob was like, yo, is this man still in there? And then right after he got eliminated, I said that the Royal Rumble people have heard you speak, bro. At number 21, we got Can You Dig It, Sucker? Booker T makes his way out to the ring. Booker T's out here. A little bit of a surprise, but Booker T didn't last too long. He got eliminated by Gunther. Following up here, we had at number 22, Damian Priest. He joins the rest of the Judgment Day, so now they're all in there. Dominic's out there. Montez comes in after being eliminated. They had a weird kind of tease with Rey Mysterio coming out, but he never came out. Dominic stopped that from happening. Montez got eliminated by Priest really quickly. Was anyone else surprised by what they did with Montez here? Like, Montez looked great. He got this big spectacle, and it just seemed really weird. Like, he did a couple moves, and then Damian Priest just dumped him. All right. For a surprising person who came in and showed a lot of fire, Dawkins came out and did his thing. I like what they did there. After that, so he gets eliminated by Priest. Here comes Edge. Edge's music hits. Judgment Day stands there. Doodoo balls begin to roll out. Edge is hitting spears on everybody, left and right. Spear, 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 spear. And he begins to toss them over the top rope. Following those spears, he eliminated Finn and Priest. They're out, but Dominic is about to get eliminated next. And then while he's doing that, Edge is leaning over, and Finn Balor and Priest grab him, and with Dominic's help, technically Dominic eliminated him. And then they begin to brawl. They're going all the way up the ramp. They're beefing. And then here comes Austin Theory. He's not getting involved in this brawl. He wants no parts of it. And following up from that, we get Rhea Ripley out on the ramp to help out, but Edge is sitting right there. And before Rhea gets too deep into it, here comes Beth Phoenix. The Glamazon is out there, puts a beat down on Rhea. I like it. It accomplished what it needed to. Beth Phoenix showed up, put a beat down on Rhea. I think we're going to get a match at the Chamber with them, with Judgment Day versus Edge and Beth Phoenix, because that beef's not over yet if you've been watching Raw. Omos is 26. Braun is 27. Braun eliminates Omos. Ricochet comes out at 28. Gunther dumps Sheamus and Drew. Gunther was the Iron Man in this. He might have been the MVP of the Men's Rumble. I thought he did a really good job in his role in this. Really good job, man. Following up from that, we had at 29, Logan Paul entering. He came in and hit a buckshot lariat. And number 30, adrenaline in my soul, something, something, Cody Rhodes. He comes out and he is a house of fire. Everybody loves him coming back. I'm assuming he got 30 so he could get the pyro and everything else that he came out with. So Cody is out there. It gets crazy for a second. They had a springboard collision then with Logan Paul and Ricochet. So both men are on the outside of the ring sides areas. They jump up, springboard, and then clash right into each other. That was pretty cool. You don't see spots like that every day. So I thought that was really dope. From there, they both go down. Logan Paul disappears for a second. Now we're down to the final four here. It's Seth, Theory, Cody, and well, I'm thinking it's the final four. Logan Paul's technically still in. They eliminate Theory, and then it's Rollins left, but then Rollins gets dumped by Logan Paul. I think this is the Mania match. Eventually, Logan Paul is thrown out of the Rumble by Cody, and we're down to number one. Number one being Gunther and number 30, Cody Rhodes. They had a really good battle. They tried to do like the Shawn Undertaker battle. Was it as good? I don't know, but they had people on the edge of their seats. But here's the problem. We all knew Gunther wasn't winning this, and Cody was just in there to get this W, and he came out at 30. It was kind of problematic for it. I know predictability isn't bad, but the way they set it up, I'm interested to hear what you guys thought on it. I saw some people who hated it, some people who loved it. But Cody coming out was different. They had a good battle. Cody at one point even hit Shattered Dreams for his brother Goldust. He finally catches Gunther in the clothesline. Gunther was going to try and dump him over. He fell back, crossroads. He gets up and then gets clotheslined over the top. Number one could not hang on anymore. Cody Rhodes is your winner. He is going to WrestleMania. That was it, man. That was the wave. That's what they decided to do for that first Rumble match here. Let me know what you guys thought of that one. I'm going to read some of the comments in here and talk about it here. Rey Mysterio won the Rumble, though. Cody eliminated himself. Yeah, he did jump over the top after. So Rey just had to touch the ring to win. Rey got beat down by Dominic, it looks like. Dominic came out with the mask, too, and was ripping it up in front of kids. So Rey never technically entered the Rumble. I love how the men's Rumble had little stories in them. They should, though. That was like a Pat Patterson thing, man, that they always used to do. Unfortunately, this year's Rumble was blah, but they did tell a lot of stories tonight. Needed to. Had to. I didn't like Corbin not getting a chance to take people out. You know what? Jocelyn. I'm one of the few people who actually dig Corbin, too. I don't hate the dude. And it looks like he makes a mean steak, so he gets a thumbs up in my opinion. Booker T looked hurt coming out. Nah, Booker T was all right. I think Booker T was just out there to have a little fun. He did his couple moves and then he was done. That's how the legends usually get treated. Then they just dump him out, so there's not too much focus on them. Nobody cared about Baron Corbin. Sad Ace, right? Did anyone say anything about Rey getting jumped or whatever? Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you, Damon. I really tune out commentary. Like, I don't give a damn what they're saying, truthfully, most of the time. Matt Lopez said, whoever cared about Baron Corbin, he was better as in NXT as the Lone Wolf. Booker's gonna need to ice the next month. He looked rough, but that's the people's nostalgia pop. Dominic jumped him in the back, Damon. Bray Wyatt's press conference entrance was pitch black. F this dude. Was expecting her in the Rumble. Beth. Yeah. Gunther and Sheamus were great. Yes, I thought it was good. Cody's chest looked like hamburger. This is true. Liv, Rhea, and Gunther had star-making moments tonight. So happy Cody won. People are talking about Asuka. We'll get to that other Rumble momentarily. Cody Rhodes in the face of the company. I love the ending of Cody versus Gunther. I thought Gunther was going to dump Drew, Sheamus, and Braun. Tried to. Cody's up now. He's chilling, got Mountain Dew. Thank you for the update on the press conference, Rob. Yeah, that was it for that match. I guess we move on to this one. This was something different here. The pitch black match here at the Royal Rumble. So this match had a lot of like neon lights on it. And Bray came out with like all this neon stuff on him. They tried to do something different here. Honestly, it was really a street fight with like neon lights in it. Wyatt ends up getting the win, hitting the Sister Abigail with the kiss. Following up in the match, though, he puts on like this new mask that he had on, and you really couldn't see what it was, but he's rocking this new mask. And then he scares LA Knight all the way up like to this area where they're going to be, and he puts him on top of this platform. And while he's on top of the platform, Uncle Howdy jumps off, and he does like, it looks like a Shane or like a Shawn Michaels type elbow drop off the top, but then he turns in like midair, and I was like, what are you doing, bro? He goes down, that opens up, and then he missed it, truthfully. LA Knight then rolls in, they have an explosion, fire happens, and then Bray kind of looks like he sacrificed somebody, and then all of a sudden, all the puppets that were alive at one point from the Firefly Funhouse appear behind him. Different. I would love to hear what people thought of this one as well. Commentary was on fire tonight, though. Pat Mack and Corey Graves were going in. Yeah, I heard him at a couple points going in on Cole. Neon match, not pitch black. Can't have an arena be pitch black, technically. It's a fire hazard, but I hear you. Gunther deserved the push. He does deserve the push, Pawn. I agree with that. Did they get the black light from Vince? Whoa. This match made me dizzy. Man, hot garbage. All that build for this. Man, it sounds like people are jumping jumping off the boat of Bray Wyatt. Uncle Howdy is Shane O'Mac confirmed. Uncle Howdy completely missed and overjumped. Boo. Rob giving it thumbs down. I didn't notice the puppets. Yeah, when you see him standing in front of it after everything happens, look up and you'll see like the puppets appear behind him. LA Knight deserves better. Yo, LA Knight's been really good. Call me crazy. I'm about to make a bold prediction. I think LA Knight is the one to face Stone Cold if someone gets that opportunity. Just saying. Jocelyn said I skipped the whole match because the last 2 minutes I didn't understand it. Yeah. For a while, people wondered, was it Bray or was it Vince? I don't know. I mean, it's going to leave a lot of things to question now for some people who aren't. I see there's two camps. You're either loving this or you don't like this. Some people love the supernatural. Some people don't like it. I'm a fan of horror movies, so I kind of get what Bray's doing, but I also could see people being turned off from it as well. I get it. I see both sides to this one. The promos of LA Knight and Stone Cold would be gold. Yes, the what and the yeah, bro, money. And honestly, and I hate the what chant, bro. Like that's the one chant I wish that they would just like get rid of and stop doing it. Maybe it looked better in Bray's mind, but they didn't execute it. Yeah. And I thought LA Knight deserved better than that. LA Knight, yeah, let me talk to you. Eric Douglas is a fan. Thanks, E. I appreciate that, man. Following up from that, we got a little promo here for WrestleMania 39. It is WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, as you can see in the corner there where Bianca Belair is located. They begin to start promoting this show. We even saw some WWE 2K23 stuff in here. I hope people are excited to see it. We got Nelson in the chat chanting what multiple times. Yeah, let me know. Let me know what you guys are thinking of the game in the comments down below as well. I was on board, but now it just needs to go. It's just go away. Woo, harsh take on Bray. Harsh take, but I can see it, man. I can't wait for Clash of the Podcast this Monday, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. Me, Sean Hubbard, we're going to definitely get Sean's reaction to this because I am most interested. We did not talk too deeply into this, but I want to know what Sean thinks of it, and I cannot wait to see what he is going to say on that show. Everybody's talking about, yeah. Matt Lopez says, I am excited for the game. I hear you, bro. I hear you on that. Next up, we went to the Raw Women's title match. Alexa Bliss versus Bianca Belair. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have not been super into the build to this. Yeah, it's there. It was a match. I was more interested in the story outside of this, if that makes sense. Like, I want to know what's the deal with Alexa Bliss and this Uncle Howdy stuff. Pardon me as I take a sip of water here for a second. Yeah, I don't know. Bianca, listen. Bianca needs to be the champion going into Mania. I'm sorry. I know some people are going to be like, why? Why does she still need to be the champ? Alexa Bliss fans, fear not. Alexa Bliss has a storyline. They're moving forward with it. She doesn't need the title anymore. Bianca gets the W here with the KOD. I like it. Bliss loses, but Bliss really didn't do anything that was super different in this. But afterwards, we get a little video that pops up, and Uncle Howdy shows up and says to Bliss, do you feel the change? Very eerie, very weird. Where are they going with this? What was the purpose of the whole thing with the Bray, the Fiend? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I hated how that WrestleMania ended, where Alexa pops out of the big box and the black goo's coming down her face. RKO, we never see the Fiend again. Like, that was just awkward, weird. But they've got a story here. Let's see what they do. Bray and Alexa stories, I feel like, go hand in hand. I'm trying to wait to see what can they put together. What do they have to do with it? How does this interlock? And maybe does this lead to something for WrestleMania? Let me know what you guys think of it. Let's see what we got here. Someone said, are you a Liv fan? Yeah, I like Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's cool. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest Liv Morgan fan, but I like Liv Morgan enough to say like she's got something that they should try to tap into. Matt also said, yeah, I like Bray, but no more special matches. So you're saying it's time for Bray just to do the regular matches. Eric Douglas said, I'm excited for the game too. Appreciate that, guys. The Raw Women's title match was meh. I expected some kind of resolution to this Blitz Bray Howdy thing. I think it's still to come. They supposedly this is a long-term story written until the WrestleMania. So let's see what they bring up. What up, Pro Wrestling Shoot? Jesse James, appreciate you guys in the house. They got a podcast every Tuesday that drops. Make sure you show them love. Garbage, and it got on Bianca. Just a regular match, lighting, give him the Undertaker treatment with the special effects, but more lights. I'm excited Cody run the Rumble, but that men's Rumble sucked. Woo. Interesting take. I'm pissed Mustafa wasn't in the Rumble. They had a lot of people that weren't in. I was surprised no one from the Bloodline was in. There were a couple people that you could question, like, where were they? They really didn't have a lot of surprises either. I mean, you had Logan Paul and Booker T. That was about it, I think, for the guys. Not a good women's match. This was my bathroom break, Jocelyn says. Bray says the Fiend character is dead, and so is his Hawaiian shirts. Yeah, I saw he said he didn't want to do it anymore without Brody Lee. We are happy with the surprises we have. WWE, eye roll. Woo! Harsh take, Pro Wrestling Shoot. I can't wait to hear the full-blown coverage from you guys as well. Ooh. Yeah, no Solo. Yeah, I was surprised they did that. Very, very odd. We find out the Elimination Chamber is coming February 15th. We're going to get a pay-per-view with that. I believe Sammy was on the cover of the poster that I saw. Poster looks pretty cool, actually. One of the best posters for like the No Way Out and the Elimination Chamber ones was the Jeff Hardy one back in the day. But I'll take it. I can dig it. No issues here. Let's talk this women's Rumble really quick. So, number one, once again, my pick, I feared for a while here. Rhea Ripley comes out at number one, and Liv Morgan comes out at number two. Those two begin and start off the match. Two of the more popular women's wrestlers, I would say, on the roster. Two of the more popular superstars. And then we got Dana Brooke at 3, Emma at 4. Once again, I told you I had 4 in the Rumble. There are certain years when I go, oh, shit. Like one year I had 27 and Enzo came out at 27. I was like, yep, I didn't win this year. And that's how I felt when I saw Emma too. I was like, nope, this ain't it, Chief. Shayna Baszler comes out next. Then we had Bayley come out. B-Fab did pretty good. Like I'm trying to put things that impressed me in this one. B-Fab came out. I thought she did all of her spots pretty well from what I was expecting. But then she got dumped out by Rhea quick. So she's the first elimination. Roxanne Perez at 8. I thought Roxanne did her thing. The formerly Roxy from Ring of Honor. She was really good in this. She's really good. I think NXT needs her to stay down there to help build up the roster to get NXT to where it once was, possibly, but she hung in there. I thought she was better than some of the people they have called up to the main roster now. Damage Control is now in full force, and they dump out Dana Brooke and Emma. Then Roxanne Perez is dumped by them. Next up is Natalya. She's back and she returns. Looking good, too. Candice LeRae comes out next. Natalya and Shayna battle. Damage Control dumps them. This is the story. Damage Control got the Diesel spot here. Zoe Starks at number 13. Damage Control dumps Candice LeRae. Asuka. Yo. One of my favorite parts of the Women's Rumble was Asuka being back. I thought that Asuka came in and crushed it with the new look. She came out with a new mask. They changed the theme. It takes me a minute with the themes, folks. I'm sorry. I gotta hold on. I gotta wait and see with these. But she came out with a different theme. Cool. I'm with it. And she comes out. She looked like Kana. She had like this clown makeup on with like blue paint surrounding it. It was dope. Then they went on a roll after that. Then we see Piper Niven is back. Who's that? That is formerly Doudrop. Yo, they finally gave her name back. So I hate when they do those name things. I mentioned Gunther before and I got used to it. But this one, Doudrop, no, that was never it, bro. Piper Niven is the name. I like it. I appreciate it. Thank you to whoever made that decision. I assume it was Triple H. Needed to happen a long time ago. So Piper Niven is back. Thank you for giving her name back. She came out and did her thing. At number 20, Chelsea Green comes out. She is dumped real quick by Rhea Ripley, who is still in. Becky Lynch comes out too. She dumped Io Sky and Dakota Kai. Then Becky got dumped by Bayley, but then Bayley got dumped by Liv Morgan. Zelina Vega makes her way out following that. Zelina Vega came out in like the Street Fighter 6 attire. They were trying to do some promotion with it. I believe it was some character who is, I don't know if it's somebody, it was like Chung Li, but I don't think it was Chung Li. I think it was supposed to be like Chung Li's sister. I haven't played the Street Fighter games since 4. Someone update me if you know who that was supposed to be or what the relation was, but she came out like a character. People seem to be surprised with it. And number 21 was Raquel Rodriguez. She came in like a house of fire. Michelle McCool comes in at 25. She starts hitting the faith breaker on Zelina Vega. They had Michelle McCool hang in there for a little bit. Sonya, and she was by ringside too, so she had to like take her jacket off, hop in the ring, and go do her thing. Sonya Deville was 27. Sonya eliminates Zoe Starks. Starks is out. Vega is out by Lacey Evans. Shotzi comes out at 28. She brings out the taking care of business, the TCB tank. I thought that was super fire as well. Nikki Cross at 29. And last but not least, B-Boy Skyline's favorite, Nia Jax comes out at number 30. He was pissed in the Everything Pro Wrestling Facebook group when she came out. Raquel Rodriguez and Niven are then eliminated. And we're down to the final 4. Nikki Cross, Asuka, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. So 1 and 2 are still in there. Asuka and Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross, I thought, did great. By the way, they jumped Nia Jax to eliminate her. I thought it was perfect. Very well done. She gave some crotch chops after. I don't know. Nia was being really weird in this. And she said, I'm back. I don't know if that means she's permanently back. We'll have to see on Raw if that's true or not, or SmackDown. We'll see. I don't know if that's the move to make, though. After that, so we're down to the final 4. Liv eliminates Nikki Cross. She caught her while she was on the apron trying to hit like a DDT on somebody. Good move for Liv there. Final 3, Asuka, Rhea, and Liv. So they all eventually pull each other over. They're all on the apron. Asuka spits out the blue mist, but Rhea ducked it. It was meant for Rhea. She ducks. It hits Liv in the face. Liv can't see shit. She's like, ah. So from that, I'm not going to lie. Rhea Ripley did a pretty sweet leg sweep here. Trips up Asuka. Asuka falls. This is the first time I believe Asuka's been eliminated from a Royal Rumble. So she's out. And then from there, Liv Morgan's close enough to hear or feel Rhea Ripley, knocks her down. Rhea is hanging on by like a thread. Her feet are dangling. She's pretty tall, so she's dangling pretty low. And Liv Morgan still can't see. She's trying to get the best of herself. Rhea pulls herself up as her feet were dangling, grabbed her with the head scissors, and flipped her all the way to the middle of the aisle. Rhea Ripley goes the distance from number 1 and wins the Royal Rumble. Really cool. So she's making that move. I think she's going to challenge Bianca, if I had to guess, out of the 2 champions, unless she goes for redemption against Charlotte. But you let me know who you would want to see Rhea Ripley face in the chat here. Let me know. And then I think we found out that Gunther broke Rey Mysterio's record for the longest time in a Royal Rumble. Someone double check that for me, but I do believe that is the truth here. Let's see the comments here. We're going backwards a little bit. Pro Wrestling Shoe said, I actually enjoyed the Bray match visually. The match itself is just about what you would expect out of it, but visually I really enjoyed it. Rhea Ripley better not lose going forward. Roxanne will have a bright future when she is full-time on the main roster. I hope so. Asuka with the kind of face paint, loved it. Happy for Ripley. F Nia Jax. Women's Rumble was better than the men's. Women's Rumble was way more unpredictable, though, I will say. Like, there were moments, like, even if Asuka would have won, I would have been happy still. Like, that was the wave. Liv, I was kind of like, on, because she just had a title run recently, but it was cool. Let me see here. Only thing I liked was Asuka. Asuka was good, man. I enjoyed it. And I'm just putting up an old Rumble picture for those in the chat. Somebody, oh yeah, it was Dewdrop before. Yeah, thank goodness. I like that the cameraman was being close to catch the audio because Nia Jax was talking shit. Yuri, yes, that's who I believe it is the character, right? Female version of M. Bison. Thank you, Nelson. Glad the women didn't start first. I'll just say it won't be in my top women's rumble, but glad to see Nia. See, we have a Nia fan in here. Zelina was Yuri. She will be in Street Fighter 5 on commentary role. Kana, people were loving Kana. When you see all the women's roster together, it's a tiny women. It's hard to believe them being contenders. I wouldn't say that with the women. I think that here's the problem. I noticed that like they didn't have Aaliyah in this, and Aaliyah's been featured on SmackDown recently. Like, what's the deal with that? Like, could you imagine you've been in the company and they don't need you for the women's rumble? They need as many people as they can get. And they brought up NXT people instead of Aaliyah. That means like you should fear for your spot. I'm not trying to even be funny or like say some bad shit just to do it, but that's not good that they brought up other people and they didn't get you unless there's an injury or something we don't know about. Nia already has a shirt on WWE Shop. She's back. All right. Nia Jax is back for good. She got new merch. I did not know this. Everyone is letting me know. I apologize, chat. Ace says thumbs up. Nelson says thumbs down. Gunther lasted 1 hour, 10 minutes for the record now. Ooh, hour 10. Rob says it was an hour 11:52. Hey, he got the record, man. GG. Look at this. So following up, guys, Hardy performed. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I definitely took a dump during this match. 100%. I know there's someone in the chat saying they didn't want to hear it, but that's what I did. Like, I don't know who this dude is. He looked like fake Kid Rock. Sick sent me a good video of Kid Rock getting trashed earlier. So yeah, that sufficed. Like, no, I definitely don't care. Didn't want to see it. If you guys thought it was good, please tell me, but I don't know who this was. Dude, let me say this. I know we aren't at this part, but I am no longer a fan of The Rock. I can't believe he didn't make this happen for Roman. I won't even blame WWE on this. I'm going to stop you in 1 second and talk about that. We'll talk about The Rock here. Hardy was absolutely trash. Somebody said, bruh. I changed the channel. He's not American Badass. Meh. All right. I want to go back to the comment Pro Wrestling Shoot left here about no longer being a fan of The Rock, and you're not going to blame WWE for this. I'll say this about it. I think that The Rock does have a reason not to do this because of the current situations within the company. Now, I know you're going to say he had plenty of time, yada, 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 and all that. I think Rock was playing the cat and mouse game possibly because, dude, if he didn't want to deal with Vince, I get it, man. If he doesn't want to attach his name to this, I get it. Rock and Vince have a weird relationship. Remember after WrestleMania 20, Vince let this man's contract expire and Rock took that as disrespect. And I understand it. I would have too. He was like, oh, you don't need me? All right, I'll go do Hollywood. I think Vince expected Rock to fail and have to come back, but it didn't happen that way. And then there were apologies exchanged. They have a weird relationship, Rock and Vince. So, and now it seems like Vince needs Rock more than Rock needs Vince. So, and The Rock's been trying to retire, and it seems like they won't let this man. Like, you gotta come back for one more, Rock. That's how wrestling is, though. So they're always gonna want him on that. So will I say I don't fully blame Rock for this? It could go either way for me. We don't know enough of the backstory yet. I'd love to hear it one day, but for right now, I'm not gonna say that I won't blame WWE on this because it's kind of Vince's company. And it's probably kind of his fault with all of the rumors of the sale and the stuff that he's got going on with the NDAs. Like, I get it. I don't give a damn about WWE halftime show. Dozed off during this. Them beers was kicking. And Devon said, I turned it off after the women's rumble. Dodged a bullet. Roman said he did say on Fallon, The Rock told WWE he wasn't going to make WrestleMania. Pawn, highly disappointed The Rock didn't show up, but completely understand too. Would have been a massive pop if he came out. Matt Lopez says, I think the ship has sailed on Rock versus Roman. Would have been more interesting a year ago. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Rock's going to want to do it at SummerSlam, but if it doesn't happen by then, I think I would assume, chat, tell me if I'm wrong. I think most people would be like, all right, this ain't happening. Right? I don't know if they can make it happen any other time after that, but we'll see. We'll see. I think this is the one time Rock's schedule was really freed up and he could have did that. Pro Wrestling Shoe has responded back. He said, if that's the case after the sale, don't come back. I understand not wanting to attach your name to Vince, but the fans deserve that shit, bro. Roman deserves that. I'm good on Dwayne. I hear you. I hear you. But if you came back though, your name is attached to it no matter what. Like even Cena, people were like, how is John Cena coming back right now with all the stuff that was going on? So I get it. Rock's probably just like, yo, Rock's got enough problems as it is. I'm sure his popularity has been declining a little bit. I feel like people are coming after him to an extent too, but the Rock's probably like, yeah, I don't need any more shit on my plate that's just going to bring me down. So I get both sides of it. If we keep depending on the legends, we'll never make new stars. That's Damon. I always bring that up to people. I'm like, yo, imagine if in 1998 they were like, Stone Cold, I'm sorry, bro, but you got to lose to Bruto San Martino tonight. We need the ratings to be up, kid. You know, like, could you imagine hearing that? Like, do you hear yourself? I'm not doing that. Or Bob Backlund's got to go over tonight, man. Sorry to say, you know. There's room for legends, but you got to use them properly. I think it's the best way. If Rock and Roman does happen at SummerSlam, then the match won't happen. How are you upset over something you hyped yourself up for? I mean, I hear you, Rob. Like The Rock never said he was coming back for it, but I think people were expecting it too. I don't know. It was Hollywood. People, I think, assumed that match was going to happen. I don't know. Let's get into this, the main event tonight. Very different. We've seen this happen very few times before. I think The Rock and CM Punk as an example. And I also believe Kurt Angle and Mark Henry had a moment like that too, though, as well. And we got some responses. I'll put them up here real quick as we get ready to talk about this. Yo, hold on, bro. I may have to bring up this terrible sign that I saw. Yo, hold on. I think I should have to be on the screen for this since I'm laughing at it. No, I'm not. Hold on, because I'm going to keep laughing. Yo, shout out to whoever had the sign in the crowd when Roman was coming down the ramp. I don't know if they're going to be able to blur this, but one day on the network, this is definitely going to be blurred. Somebody came out and they had a sign that said the tribal queef. I don't know if anyone else saw that or noticed it, but when Roman's coming out, when he first gets near the ramp and you look to his left, you're right. When you're looking at the TV, someone had a sign that said the tribal queef. I don't know if anyone else peeped it, but that shit was great. I wrote that down. I had to bring it up on here because I was like, yo, what's good? One in the chamber is asking who won the women's. It was Rhea Ripley winning it from the #1 spot. Thank you for popping in, man. I appreciate you, fam. If you enjoy the content, please hit that like and subscribe, my friend. Pro Wrestling Shoot said I seen it. Pawn said I saw that side too. I know Pawn from the old XGW days would see that joint. Love you, Pawn. Ace is dying laughing. The tribal queef. Yo, I was dying, bro. I was dying. It was a good moment. They had me cracking up. I can't front. So definitely a moment for the fans there when it came to that. This match was like every Kevin Owens Roman Reigns match that we have seen together, man. In this, Roman Reigns showed domination early on. Kevin Owens fires up. Reigns hits a great power bomb. He caught Kevin Owens' leg. He picked him up effortlessly, as Rob said when we were watching it together. Just boom, drives him right into the mat. Roman gets a 2 count from that. Kevin Owens hits a swanton from the top, gets a 2 count from that. We get a ref bump. No one's there to make the count for Kevin Owens. It gets pretty sad there. Then Roman says, Sammy, get a chair. Sammy hesitates, but he doesn't. He gets Roman a chair to use, but he does it. On the outside, Sammy is telling Kevin, please stay down. Stay down, man. And Reigns spears him through the barricade, puts him in the ring. Owens is fighting still, fighting valiantly like a babyface. And he is disrespectful still. He still slaps Reigns. He's still fighting back. But He can't stay down. They're on the outside, and as he's going into it with them, he slams his head into the steps. Brutal, bro. Like, my chair is the back bump for the steps. He's slamming basically like his back and head onto the steps. Again, Reigns does it again. It looks brutal. I was like, ugh, that looks so bad. Owens is back in the ring. He's still trying to fight a little bit. Valiant effort again. He goes for a move, and Reigns is just like, you're done, bro. Spear, 1, 2, 3. The big dog, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns is still your WWE Universal Champion. I think we all saw that coming. But did you see what was happening after the match, bro? After the match. Yeah, man. The Bloodline come out. They're ready to celebrate. Heyman and Sami Zayn were out there for the whole match, but here come the Usos and Solo. The three brothers come down, and they start beating down KO at Roman's request. Paul Heyman then pulls out 2 sets of handcuffs. Paul Heyman, you kinky bastard. How could you do this? He pulls out 2 sets of handcuffs. He handcuffs Kevin Owens to the ropes, and the Usos throw a super kick party on this man's face. They beat his ass, bro, badly in this. Roman Reigns grabs the chair, and Sami stops him. He's like, dude, you don't need to do this. He says, you're better than this. This is beneath you, Roman. This is beneath you. Roman Reigns says, you know what? You're right. You do it. Holy shit. Everybody's like, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? Roman turns his back. The crowd hypes it up. WWE milked this shit. In AEW, this shit would have been done in like 2 minutes and moved on to the next segment. This is what we mean with taking your time. WWE stretched this shit like turkey meat, though. School cafeteria turkey meat. And Sammy's sitting there with the chair. Reigns is like, do it. And Zayn is looking sad. He's like, he's crying, Paul. He's crying. Roman gets in his face and starts shoving his face. He's mushing him like, do it. Do what I told you to do. And Sammy decides, I'm not going to do what you tell me. He makes the decision to clock Roman Reigns in the back with the chair. And then Jey Uso's looking at him like, what are you doing, Us? I called you my brother. I called you my brother. And then the one who trusted him all along, Jimmy Uso, hits him with the super kick. And he starts putting the beat down on him. Solo starts headbutting him. They whoop Sami Zayn's ass. Roman Reigns is like, get him, get him. And they're just putting the beat down. Boom, 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 boom. Whooping that ass, bro. The Usos look pissed. They take their turns. But then they look at Jey and say, get him. Jey Uso didn't do it. The one who hated Sami Zayn the most did not do it. He walked away. He walked up the ramp, and they're like, yo, what's up with this dude? Roman Reigns is then showered with F you Roman chants from the crowd in San Antonio, and Roman begins to peel the ceremony piece that they put over their necks every time, the flowers off of it, and putting it over Sammy like it was his funeral. Kevin Owens is out. He hasn't moved at all. He's still in the ring. And, not going to lie, after the segment was over and Reigns is ready to leave, Jimmy just goes over and punches Kevin Owens one last time just because. This was a gangster film's like ending. This is Casino, Goodfellas. That's the vibes I got from this. Chat, you let me know how you felt walking away from this. But that is the end, leading us into Raw and SmackDown and NXT for next week. We are on the road to WrestleMania. Elimination Chambers February 15th. WrestleMania is coming up, so we still got some work to do getting to there. Let me know what you guys thought of the show tonight. Overall grade for this. I'd like to hear it. I've got the letter grade system below, but we're only grading the overall show. Rumble's always fun. They're always pretty good. If I had to give this show a grade, I'm looking at this, man. This is tough. This is tough because this is going to be one of those hindsight shows in what you were expecting. I think I'm going to go B-. I'm going to play it safe here. I'm going to say B-. I thought that the men's Rumble was solid. We all knew who was winning, but predictability isn't bad. The women's title match was okay. We're still waiting to see what the fallout is with Alexa. The women's Rumble I thought was good. I enjoyed that Rumble. Hardy, I took a dump. And Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns. The match was what it was, but I love the after effects. So I'm gonna go B-. I thought this was overall a good show for it. Let's see here. Pawn has up XGW for life. I appreciate you, my brother. Throw it up to Too Sweet to you. My man Juke Ellington, good streamer on Twitch. Make sure you guys follow him, show him some love. So upset. Show the biggest Funaki fan, SmackDown's #1 announcer. Juke is disappointed he could not be in the Rumble. Does anyone have an official count of how many times KO splashed or swanton Roman? A lot. Those step spots were very nasty, Matt says. The bump on the stairs was crazy. The beating was brutal to watch. Yeah, they jacked KO up, bro. They and Sammy. The spear through the barricade was brutal the way KO laid out. Sammy actually finally listened to KO. You know they did this right when the crowd reacts to Roman. Yes. Yeah, that was heat. Jesus said, "Sup, Conrad? Look at the message I sent you. I will do that in the meantime here, sir." He thought he was back in 2014, Roman Reigns. That was good. That was good, bro. I told y'all Sammy would turn. Jay, he's going to attack Roman soon. Ooh. They did the main event right, Pawn said. 4 out of 10, to be honest. Jay was the MVP of the segment, Jesus De Leon says. Appreciate you, Jesus. B-. Main event, Jay and Sammy will be in Elimination Chamber. I like the show. B-. Men's Rumble was good. Women's Rumble was good. Main event was very good and a great ending. Johnson said, "No rating. I won't be too mean." Ooh, I can only imagine what you're thinking. Nelson says C. Pro Wrestling Shoot saying thumbs down for the Rumble. Ooh. I went B-. I didn't hate it though. I thought, to me, the Rumble is exciting though, just because it's the Rumble. So this is what makes the Rumble's one of the toughest shows to grade, in my opinion. Like, because you're excited for the Rumble matches, but you don't know how it's going to turn out. Nah, man, had flashbacks to 2015, how they booed Roman. C+ for the Pitch Black match, Raw Women's match, and some of the Women's Rumble was wanky. I think that's supposed to be wacky. Yeah, I hear you, Damon. I hear you guys with that. Yeah, listen, we've got a lot to cover in the meantime for this. I don't know if we're gonna have an Elimination Chamber review. I can almost pretty much guarantee there'll be a WrestleMania review for the nights. I'll just put that up there because you wrote that for F.U. Nelson. I'll go with Smacking It Raw's rating, gargle. Men's Rumble over Women's Rumble, Jesus says. See, I think the women's was it was harder to call at the end. So I was more nervous. With the men's, I never doubted Cody was winning that at the end, but they had a great back and forth. Women's Rumble was the worst Women's Rumble of all time so far. Ooh, that's a harsh take, Jesus. I don't think it was the worst one. I'm trying to remember all of them now, though. We've had some rough ones. I'm normally an E fan, but this wasn't it. Roman's match was great and the storytelling was great, but the card as a whole just wasn't it for me. And Jesus said women's wise for the Rumbles. Not sure what you mean by that, Jesus. Do we get Sammy and Roman next month? I think that's going to be the match next month. I feel like the Intercontinental title is going to be defended in the Chamber for the guys, and then I think whoever Rhea picks, the other women's champion will defend in the Chamber. I have a fear though if it's the SmackDown Women's Champ, because I don't know what they're gonna do. Rumble, I'll say, was C. The surprises were every match was kind of predictable. Predictability's not bad though. It's not bad to me. I was kind of hoping for a Naomi surprise entrance, but still, like, I think if Naomi came out, she may have to win it though, Paul. That would be the tough part with her. I mean, from all the women's Rumble so far, this one was the worst to me. Okay. Nia Jax versus Charlotte, worst case for WrestleMania. LOL. Oh gosh, no, please, no. They'll start throwing haymakers again. But listen, guys, if you listen to this video after the fact, don't forget to leave us a comment down below on YouTube. Hit the like button if you're in the live chat now. Like button helps us get seen in the YouTube algorithm. Hopefully we get some more people to check in and check out the video, so please help us out with that. And if you're listening to the audio versions of this, Appreciate you guys for that, number one. Please make sure that you guys go down below and leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcast, Spotify. They all help. All right. We've been getting some really good ratings. And I think that's it, man. I really don't have a lot more to say. I think we'll cover more on Clash of the Podcast this Monday, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you are there to listen to me and Sean Hubbard of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly cover all of this. Me and Derek should be back for AEW Dynamite. Make sure you guys send Derek some well wishes if you speak to him. He seemed like he was a little under the weather today. So make sure you guys send that love. All right. For myself, Conrad Cushman, we are out. Thank you for watching Everything Pro Wrestling.